Hey, what's up, guys? Edison hears voices inside his walls here, and let's finish up my October bulk return from CGC. Let's try to be kind of quick because there's a lot of cards to go through. Porygon Z, this is from the LP era Clash at the Summit. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. I really like the more stylized artwork they were doing in the late Diamond Pearl into LP stuff. This is just really nice artwork. You really just can't go wrong. 9.5 is a really commendable grade. Same card in a 9. And as I mentioned, this is my October order. I got back my November order. Oh, Miss Magius. This one's so cool too because you see the really intricate, detailed cityscape in the background. Just floating through a nice sky. I got my November bulk order back. I peeked at the grades. And in comparison to the grades I got in this submission, well, if you look at the grades of my November submission compared to this, I look like a genius for how I did on my October stuff. How well I pre-graded it. Oh, this one's a very slight hollow shift. I've been paying attention to hollow shifts more and more. It's a good friend that's interested in them. But you can kind of see just a small sliver of the hollow is misaligned at the top. Or Maldo EX. This is a Cora promo, yeah. Blastoise, 8.5 in a Blastoise. Like, this type of grade in a starter is really good. Mightyena is maybe still okay. You know, it's an older set. I think expansion pack is EX Ruby Sapphire. Well, this should just be the very first set released for the Ruby Sapphire. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. I don't know. It should be the first set, right? Because Ruby and Sapphire came out before Fire Leaf Green. Multiple of the Sneasel EX and 8.5. 3 Sneasel EX 8.5. That's a really strong grade in a card like an EX card to get an 8.5 in. I'm always happy with just knowing the rarity. Palkia G level X. Nice artwork. I think this is just a set card. Let's do that. Yeah, for the ultra rares, even like the Scyther, I think the Scyther is considered an ultra rare. It's the shiny Scyther. For Galactic's Conquest, I think 8.5, and that's pretty commendable. 8 in the Swablu. I think this is also considered like an ultra. This is the shiny, one of the shiny forms that they used to do. 8.5 in the Palkia G. 9.5 in the Shiftry. I'm surprised that we've only got in 1.9. I guess I spoke too soon. But we have a decent spread of 9.5s for these cards. That's really nice as well. Pristine 10 Shiftry. Not perfect 10. As I mentioned before, if it's a perfect, they will give you the subgrades for free. But, still a 10 in a fairly old card. I'll take that. 9.5 in another Porygon. Wow. 9.5 is really stellar. Yeah, I don't know what happened. We'll go over my November submission in the upcoming weeks. I'll video record it. Because I do want to record every submission that I get back. But for some reason, like, I just did not pre-grade it well. Which is why I'm so shocked, because comparing that submission to this one, I mean, this stuff is pretty well pre-graded. 8.5, 9, 9.5. A majority of our stuff was 8.5, 9, 9.5. So it's not like I just didn't pay attention to it at all. I mean, we got more 9.5s than we got 9s. I really don't know how I just did so poorly on my November stuff. This is a great one. Shining Darkness Mew, first edition. I mentioned in the past too, the first edition Japanese. It doesn't matter too much. It does sometimes carry a small premium compared to the unlimited. But at the flip side too, there are some unlimited sets that are worth more, like exponentially more. I'm trying to think. We'll put that there. 8.5 in the Mew. I think I graded quite a few Mews here. Just a great card. All right, this one, we can maybe say I didn't pre-grade too well. Slaking. I'm pretty sure this is from Fire Red Leaf Green. Not Fire Red, sorry, Ruby Sapphire. There might even be a set called Ruby Sapphire. So I got a 7.5, and then I immediately got a 9 in that card. Another 9. Another 9. This is one of my favorite artworks of this set. It is a Sugimori artwork, so it essentially is just a stock photo posted on a very stylized background. But it just works so well. Slaking is he is a very cool Pokemon from the generation. I remember having him on my team when I played. Oh, another Shiftry in 10. I think we got the same exact Shiftry in a 10 as well. But what's confusing to me is I submitted so many of that shift tree, and I don't know why. Like, even more of that same card. I must have submitted at like 7 or 8. I think at 8 of that same shift tree card. Can't imagine shift trees that popular. Yeah, I love this slacking. This one's alright too, but that I really, really do enjoy this expansion pack one. This is a nice Dusclops. And an 8. 8. 8's a little bit rougher. I'll definitely try to... I haven't submitted bulk to them in a while now. Not really just a CGC thing, just... I wasn't sure on the turnaround times. Wow, I submitted a lot of these Mews. But what I can do now that I got this submission back is I want to take a good look at those 8s, even the 7.5s, and I just want to kind of get a good grasp of what I'm getting docked for. I'm guessing I didn't value edgeware that highly. Like, I didn't really properly assess how bad the edgeware was for a lot of these cards. And I say that, but still, we're getting majority 9 in this. Jirachi from the Pokemon collection. I think this, I think it's Legendary Treasures in English. This is the subset, the Radiant Collection set. It really just a cool artwork. You can see how much detail there is throughout the card. This is a set that has, I believe, the sealed price is still very strong. There's still a massive sealed premium for booster packs and specifically the booster box, but I don't really think the singles have taken off. That's really beautiful. Jirachi in a 10. That gold from the Pristine 10 kind of matches the Jirachi coloring. That is really nice. And these, like, if you can maybe tell from the video, but if you've seen these cards in hand or in person, you know what I'm talking about when I say they're kind of tough to grade. Now, there's a lot of intricate detail on the front of the card, and the surface then has a lot of room to carry some errors. All right, so we have a spread 8-5 through 10 in the Jirachi. 8-5 in the Card Station Chessman. In modern Japanese promos, I should maybe be a little bit stricter in what I'm sending in. Especially this card, I could just have sold it raw. But, 185 that slips through and a majority 9, it's fine. I think the margin between pre-grading an 8-5 to a 9 is quite close. So I can't really beat myself up too much for sending them in. Play Celebi. 8-5 on this is probably correct. I think I purchased these for quite a high price. They were listed as near mint, but when I got them in, I did notice they were kind of borderline light play near mint. If I thought they were like 9.5 plus contenders, I would have maybe sent them at a higher tier. But yeah, I was kind of aware that they did have some issues. Yeah, that one got an 8, which is great. And this one I got 9.5. Wow. All right, well, that's still fine to send them. 8, 8.5, 9.5. I think those are really cool cards to get graded. The play promotional cards always seem to hold up well. Rocket Sneasel EX and a 6.5. This one's a little rougher than I realized. Maybe I just had sent this in because it was a Rockets like EX card, but yeah, that is definitely a rough card. And then Raikou, Shiny Raikou. There are 2 versions of Shiny Raikou in Japanese. There is the Legend Lottery one, and then this one, which is essentially just a blister promo. And I don't know. I think I picked this up when I was putting a card together. It was decent artwork. I thought it was fine to pick up. I think it was like $10, $15. Go over this. Ampharos and an 8 Shining Darkness. This one always surprised me because I've seen this card quite a few times when I submitted it to grade. Now that I have it back and I have it raw. There's so much text on this card. Like, you compare this card to like this Litten. This Litten has like single-digit text on each line. But this one has almost like a little short story on it to explain the abilities. 9 in that Ampharos. I think I graded quite a few Ampharos in this submission. More Pokemon, Meowstic. Yeah, I think, as I mentioned, the sealed product has like stabilized, or even I think the booster box might have even gone up in price after I purchased the singles. But I don't really think I don't think these singles have really done much. Maybe getting them in 9.5 to 10 is good. This Yvelto's so good. I think I pulled this card in English. You can even see there, like there's a whole separate art piece just in the texturing. This is a great one. Wally from Pokemon. Really cute artwork. Him just holding up Ralts. I think I graded quite a few of those. Oh, and then we go to the Altari. I just love this artwork. I think this is probably one of the best cards to pick up from the set at large because it has the Dene, fan favorite, Altaria. Maybe not like a huge favorite in the community, but it is still a popular Pokemon. And then also Sylveon. You mix that with like a really unique art style, cute factor. I think that card has legs. Of all the Pokemon ones, I think that the Jirachi maybe, and then the Wally card I think will be really strong in a couple years. Oh, and then all 9-5. Sorry if it seems like I'm rushing or if I sound weird. I have like a really bad inflammation in my mouth, and it's kind of painful to just even talk throughout this. Jirachi from Bond to the End of Time. I don't remember the English set name, but I just enjoyed this artwork. I think that's like a common trend. I like artwork where the Pokemon is typically doing something. That is one for me. And then I also just like stuff that's cute. I think some artworks either take the cards too seriously or like the Pokemon too seriously. But some that are just like, I don't know, this Jirachi isn't that complex, but it's nice art for Jirachi, a nice drawing of Jirachi. You put it in like a nice, simple, plain background that kind of accentuates the Pokemon. To me, that's just a good card. That's a good formula. Like you don't have to have a very detailed background. You don't have to be that dynamic. If you just have nice artwork for the Pokemon, even this Azelf, I think the artwork is okay, but that nice background of just the blue water, I just think that's a great combination to have. 8-5 in the Shaman. I think a lot of the times what we'll see is when you fill out the CGC form, I've mentioned this in the past, and why I submit so many of the same card at once, is when you're filling out the CGC form, it's actually kind of a pain to do like individual cards because you have to type a lot of stuff to do each card. So what I end up just doing is to save some time, which is probably not a great thing for submissions because they're not diversified, but I'll just type in one card, pull up the card, and I'll pull maybe like 3 or 4 copies at once to grade them, just to save me that effort of having to re-pull up a different card. Because if you think about it, I kind of save like 3 to 4 times the time. Some way of phrasing that. I save a lot of time just doing it that way. Shieldon in the 10. This is kind of a funny card to get in a 10. I'm assuming this is Population 1 at CGC. Hopefully we get the pop report soon. I've heard some rumor that the pop report should be very soon. But I don't know. I don't really know how crazy the Shieldon market is. It's a gorgeous Luxray. I have this one in English I picked up on PWCC 8.5 for fairly cheap. Like I bought that even though I know I have the Japanese one. This is good artwork. I guess it also depends on like what the artworks I like have to kind of fit the vibe of the Pokemon. Like that one works for Luxray because of like the dark nature of the Pokemon. And this one works for Spiritomb as well. It's fairly simple art for the Pokemon itself, and there's so much text. This is another one that has like a short story written on it. But just that really cool lightning crackling background. Spiritomb. 8.5 is maybe not what we're looking for. If 8.5 is not what we're looking for, 8 is definitely not what we're looking for on these types of cards. Rayquaza 8.5 is good. This is just a solid card, popular Pokemon. Yeah, it really just goes into that. It's a very popular Pokemon. Leafeon in a 7. I'm curious why this... Oh, this one has a lot more edgeware than I think I realized. I mean, you can see it throughout. Actually, I feel like it picks up much easier on camera than it does when I'm holding... when I'm looking at it. Lots of edgeware, corner wear. Maybe a little rough at 7. And I say this too because I was scanning in a lot of my... the cards that I've already gone over. And it was like specifically my old back Japanese cards that I thought that it felt like they were very loose with the grading on old back Japanese. A lot of the cards that got 8.5 to 8, even like 9s, I don't think I would have, some of them I don't think I would have given them that much, that high of a grade. Maybe it's just because the new back, I don't know, picks it up better or gets wear more. Whatever. Yeah, I think maybe Leafeon's still okay in those grades, But to get this, get at least 1 and a 9, that was positive. And when you look at this stuff, you have to assume that when I send them in, I'm expecting them to get 8, 5 to 9. So anyone below that is more so an outlier. Wow, this aggron has so much text on it. It looks kind of funny just seeing all 3 of them together. The amount of information on this card compared to this Shieldon is insane. Wow, 8 in the aggron. This is just one of those ones where it was kind of a pain. I just had a bunch of this card lying around. So when I put it on the form, I just increased the quantity to the maximum. All right, and that's the last card. This is not... this is a card I just held off on buying any more raw copies of. I'm not a fan of the artwork, and for that reason alone, I'm staying away. If I don't like the underlying card, like, there's really no reason for me to buy it. All right, so the cards are super close to the camera now, but I did want to kind of give a small recap, just for reference, like those 4 boxes that we got back. We only got 2 7.5s, and that's like nothing. Wait, that seems incorrect. I feel like I might have slipped the 7.5 somewhere else, but whatever. 1 7, so already there. Like, I'm telling you, my November bulk sucks. I must have got hit in the head when I submitted that stuff in, because there's really no reason that... I don't even remember submitting that much damaged stuff. We had a decent amount of 8s, kind of like equal to half of the 8, 5, and 9s is what we got back in 8s. But that's maybe okay. And then our 8, 5, and 9 piles, that's this right here. They're pretty much identical. I would say they are around like 30%. Yeah, right around 30%. Actually, the 8, 5, 9, 9, 5. The 9, 5 is right here. They're all within 1 card of each other, if that makes sense. So pretty much like a 30, 1/3. Oh, that's not correct at all, because I forgot the 8s. I don't know. It was a pretty even split, I should say, between 8, 5, 9, 5, which is really good. To be fair, the 9, 5 stuff was like a majority of the Pokeyuin, which is a more modern set. But a lot of our 9s were for stuff like, expansion pack, which is, I think, Ruby Sapphire, as I've mentioned. And then for reference as well, out of the 4 boxes we went through, we ended up with 4 CGC 10s. No perfects this time around, but we did get a pristine 10. Let me move this aside. Pristine 10 Shift Tree. Actually, we got, that's what I was saying. We got 2 of the... I don't know why I submitted so many of these Shift Trees, but we got 2 of them in pristine CGC 10, a Jirachi Pokeyuin, and then a Shieldon from the 11th movie promo pack. So, 4 10s. Realistically, my CGC 9s to 9 5s are, to me, are like of the same quality of P.S.A 10, but that's all right. Like, that's all part of the process. So yeah, that was it. Just a quick little recap at the end. And if you enjoy this type of stuff, just let me know. Have a nice one. Bye.